Right now, as you sit there doing absolutely nothing productive, your body is at war. Not a metaphorical war, but a real 24/7, no days off, no PTO war against an invisible army of germs that want to move in and redecorate. And you're winning so hard you don't even know it's happening. This isn't a Marvel movie. This is just Tuesday for your innate immune system, the oldest, scrappiest, and most asked questions never security team in the history of life on Earth. Before humans and dinosaurs, or before basically anything with a face, life already had one very solid idea. Build a wall first, ask questions later. Your skin is that wall. It's basically a full-body suit of armor you've been wearing since birth and never once had to buy. But every fortress has doors, and yours are heavily guarded. The tiny hairs in your nose are the bouncers. They don't let anything sketchy in. Your mucus is basically flypaper for germs. It is gross, yes, but also extremely effective, so let's give mucus some respect for once. Even your spit is armed. Your tears and saliva carry an enzyme called lysozyme, which exists for one purpose: pop bacteria like their bubble wrap. And if some unlucky microbe gets swallowed anyway, it checks into your stomach, which is basically a 5-star acid pit with 0 survivors, well, almost 0. A few stubborn pathogens have figured out cheat codes, but the vast majority just dissolve. This is your first line of defense, and it's so good at its job that you never even find out most of these battles happened. But say something gets through, a splinter, a paper cut, a virus that found a gap in the wall. Your body doesn't panic. It calls in backup, and the backup shows up fast. We're talking minutes, not days. First on the scene are the neutrophils. Think of them as the immune system's over-caffeinated foot soldiers. Their entire personality is see germ, eat germ. It's called phagocytosis, but really it's just aggressive snacking. Right behind them come the macrophages, whose actual nickname is literally big eaters. They're the cleanup crew that shows up after the neutrophils have already trashed the place, eating leftover invaders and hauling off the dead cells like immune system garbage men. And then, my personal favorite are the natural killer cells. Yes, that's their real name. And no, they don't need a cooler one. Their job is chillingly specific. They patrol your body looking for your own cells that have gone rogue, whether hijacked by a virus or turning cancerous, and convince them to shut themselves down. That redness and swelling you get around a cut is not damaged. That's the after party. That's proof your internal army showed up and started throwing punches on your behalf. So what happens when the invader is too clever, too new, or just too tough for pure instinct? That's when your body calls in the special forces, known as the adaptive immune system. It's slower to show up, but it's terrifyingly precise. And unlike the innate system, it never forgets a face. Its star players are lymphocytes, known as the B cells and T cells, both hanging out in your lymph nodes, waiting for a mission briefing. B cells are your body's weapons manufacturers. Once they clock an invader, they start mass-producing antibodies, which are custom-built proteins that latch onto that exact germ like a wanted poster, flagging it for destruction and physically blocking it from infecting more of your cells. T cells are the special ops unit. Helper T cells are basically the commanders, coordinating the whole battle and rallying other immune cells to the fight. Killer T cells do the wet work, hunting down your own infected cells one by one and eliminating them with surgical precision, minimal collateral damage. Here's the wild part. This whole process takes days to ramp up the first time. That's why you actually feel sick as your body's assembling a custom weapon from scratch. But once it's built, some of those B and T cells stick around forever as memory cells. Next time that exact germ shows up, your body doesn't start from zero. It recognizes the mugshot instantly and wipes it out before you feel a single symptom. That's the entire principle behind vaccines. You're just showing your immune system the wanted poster ahead of time, so it's ready before the real threat ever walks in. So right now, inside you, there's an ancient wall crushing most threats on sight, and a genius unit somewhere in your lymph nodes quietly filing away the mugshot of every single thing that's ever tried to take you down. You didn't build or train for this. It just came standard. And it's the reason you're sitting here right now, alive, unbothered, and completely unaware of the war you just won. If this blew your mind a little, subscribe and comment down what I should do next.